to make sure you understand is I respect and totally honor your point of view, but I don't want to give the wrong message either. And the message here is that if you choose to do what you choose to your body, that was your decision, and that's okay too. But don't choose to do it to hide who you are or to hide the fact that you don't love yourself. Don't do it for the wrong reasons. There's a difference between, I use makeup, all my makeup is organic, so that I make sure that I follow the chain. I don't buy UGG boots because UGG boots, even though you know, they're awesome, they hurt, they practice non-ahimsa to animals. So I choose other ways, other forms, right? So I buy, and I don't socialize myself and buy because it's the wave. I socialize myself because I choose to like that, and that's my choice, but I love myself. I love myself just the way I am. And if I choose to put a little makeup on to make myself look a little bit, that just makes me a little happier, and that's okay because it raises my vibrational level. But when I practice non-ahimsa to anybody else, that's very different. You have the option of modification, right? So you have your body, but be careful the reasons behind the modification. Because if the reasons are not with ahimsa, then you are harming yourself, and that's what we say, right? Because you have to remember that we all have options. Just practice ahimsa, and first begin from here. Begin to like who you are, what you are, and what you stand for, right? And what I want you to do is I want you to write down 5 ways you do not practice ahimsa, right? Like standing in the mirror, looking in the mirror and going, you're so fat, right? Or standing in the mirror, looking in the mirror and looking for the flaws. When I look in the mirror, I've gone beyond that. If I were to look in the mirror and looked at all my flaws, I would probably start counting all my wrinkles and all my age spots. But I don't. I look beyond that, and I look at what I have, and I say, thank you for this beautiful body, regardless of whether if I was ugly or beautiful, or some people think I'm ugly, that's okay. It matters what I think of myself, right? And from that, I act. That's what we need to be careful for. Aware of my emotions. B, if I'm feeling not cool, if it's not, you know, like the other day, let me give you a total example. My daughter was really just pushing my buttons. She knows how to push my buttons. She knows which button to push. She knows the red ones, the green ones, the yellow ones. She knows all of them, right? And she was just pushing me, and I was ready to say some things that my Greek father and my German and all of my Latin bloods, my Hispanic, my Greek, my Spanish were all boiling. You know? I had to take a step back. I had to breathe. Because if I were to say something, I would have hurt her feelings. And that was not the point. You have to remember 2 things. What do you want? Do you want the relationship, or do you want to be right? Always remember that. What do you want? Do you want the relationship, or do you want to be right? How many times have we not stood there and fought with somebody because we want to be right? Right? And you don't give a care because you've gone beyond the awareness. You've gone beyond the ABC. You're all the way to Z now. Right? So you have to come to breath. Come to breath. Take a deep breath. Ask yourself, do I want to be right? Do I want the relationship? This is all about how you act out. And change your attitude. Change your emotions so that you don't say something like that. Right? And what do we do on our mat when we practice our asana? What do I always tell you? Yeah, but when you move through the asana, what do I always tell you when I ask you to follow your breath? And what else? What do I tell you? Feel how that feels, right? Begin to be aware. Feel how that feels. Notice the subtle changes in your body. Don't I say that all the time? Because you have to become aware. Right? All right, so let's practice ahimsa toward ourselves on this mat today. All right? Okay, let's get up and let's do some